In this video, I'm going to solve a quadratic equation using a chatbot. Now, this chatbot is located at t3.chat. I'm not going to use the ChatGPT, OpenAI's ChatGPT, because it doesn't have GPT 4.1. Okay. So this particular service is $8, and if you click here, you can run a lot of LLMs, a lot of different chatbots. But in this one, I'm going to use ChatGPT 4.1 because it does a good job in doing math problems. So we're going to solve a quadratic, right? So here I'm going to say solve y space equals, okay, on the quadratic, negative 2x, and I'm going to use a caret for a square, right? I'm going to do a space, and then I'm going to say plus space 13x. You don't need the space, but I do. Space minus space 20, okay? This is a quadratic equation that is solvable. I'm going to click here and let's see what it does. And it says, let's use a quadratic equation. It writes it out in nice LaTeX format, or in the nice format. To find roots where y is equal to 0, set the equation equal to 0. That you would do. And then you can see that the quadratic equation form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. That's true. And the coefficients, a is equal to negative 2, b is equal to 13, c is negative 20. Very nice. Then you have the quadratic equation, right? X equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And then it says plug in the values. So b is negative 20, A is negative 2, and C is negative 20, and so forth, as you can see here. Very nice. And it looks like x equals negative 13 plus or minus 3 over 4, negative 4 is correct. Then you have two answers because you have a plus and a minus version. And then you get an answer of x equals 2.5 and x is equal to 4. Very nice and very easy. This definitely can give you an understanding of a step-by-step process. ChatGPT 4 wouldn't do this in particular. 4.1 is a little more specialized. Now, 2.5, right? You can use your calculator like your TI-30X Pro and change that into a fraction. Can we change these answers to fractions? Let's see. Change answers to fractions. Okay, let's see if it does that. And yes, it does. 5 over 2 or 4 over 1, right? Some teachers want the fraction answer. Now here's one thing that I think is very special about some of these LLMs. Well, first of all, a disclaimer, right? Not everything that the LLM, not everything that the chatbot will do will be perfect. You always have to keep in mind that this is still a technology in development. But a lot of the things that it does for math is becoming better and better. So, for example, the next thing that I wanted to do is ask it, why set the quadratic to 0 to solve? Question mark. Let's see what it tells you. Great question. Setting the quadratic equation to 0 is a fundamental step in finding the roots, also called the solutions to 0. Why set to 0? A quadratic equation is generally written as ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. The roots of the equations are the values of x that make the equation true, that is, the values where the quadratic expression equals 0. In context, if you have y equals negative 2x squared plus 13x minus 20, setting y equal to 0 gives you the following. The equation asks for what value of x does the graph of the quadratic crosses the x-axis. Why is this important? Graphically, the roots are the x-intercepts of the parabola. Algebraically, many problems ask for the values of x that satisfy the equation, which means finding when the expression equals to 0. Very interesting, isn't it? So why is it important? Why do we set to 0? Why to set to 0? So that you can find its roots. And why is it important graphically? To find the parabola. So here's another question that I can probably ask it. Let's see. Can you draw the quadratic formula that I gave you? Let's see if it can. So apparently you can ask it, and it says right here that you'll need, the one thing that you'll need to sketch this are the roots and the vertex, which it gives you the formula, x equals negative b over 2a, which gives you 13 over 4. And then it does a, what they call an ASCII sketch. Not very good because a parabola is not really a V shape. It says graph decimals plot. Apparently you can use decimals. Or if you like a Python code to plot, let me know. Yes. Yes, give me a Python code. Now some of us might not know what Python is. Python is a program that's been available since the 90s. And if you have a Google account, you can have you have access to a Python interpreter or a Python program that can compile this for us. So here is a Python code that it wrote so that we can view the parabola. So I'm going to copy this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Colab from Google. Okay, so this is Colab. If you can't find it, go to Google, just type Colab Google, and then it will get you to this page. Here, you'll paste your code, and then you press this button here to analyze. And let's see what it does. And there it is. There's our parabola. And right here, this is probably 5 over 2, and this is 4. And you can see that the negative 2 gives us a parabola that's pointing down. If you look at this more closely, you can figure certain things. Like it looks like this graph goes from 0 to 6, which is right here. So how about if we go from negative 10, right? Negative 10 to 16. And then press this button here. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. It goes from negative 10 to 16. If we go over here where it says figure size, let's put in 18. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it stretches out a little more. So we can see a little bit more, a little bit more of an idea of what's going on over here. Of course, when we draw this, we wouldn't have so many data points. And you can see over here that it's plotting the function, it's marking some roots apparently, the vertices, and the labels and stuff. But the idea here is that it's giving you an idea. Now this might be too big. Oh look, it's not giving me enough details. Okay, let's go back to 8 and 5, right? Maybe there's a way to do, let's see. I'm trying to see if we can like zoom in, but this particular, looks like this particular code, maybe not. The only way to zoom in is probably going to be here. We'll probably do -1, let's say, right? And we'll make sure it's -1 under generate X values. And then we'll do, we'll probably go up to 6. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's a little more zoomed in. This 400, I'm not sure what it does. Let's say 200. Let's see if that makes it smaller or bigger. I'm not sure what that did. But we can see a little more definition here. Okay. So we can draw the parabola. And if we go back and come back here, we have the code. So what I want to demonstrate here is that you can utilize a chatbot a certain way to give you an insight on how to do a problem. At the moment, it's a little bit, a little bit wonky. You have to kind of know the words, the terms, but the more you do it, the more you'll understand that a chatbot will have to utilize usually a tool like Python to give you that graph that you want, or sometimes even to solve the problem. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Please tell your teacher. And I hope you have a great semester. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.